to make 10K, you need to first work on the fundamentals. And the fundamentals are your exit plus entry protocol. Okay. Now, every trader will place trades, exit trades based on just pure luck. Okay. What we need to differentiate yourself from all the other traders is you need to start becoming more professional into the markets. And what I mean by this is don't just enter because you see a fib level get hit or a moving average get crossed over. The way you're going to enter is you are going to enter the market with a fixed protocol. For example, a fib level hits with a moving average, with the right candlestick confirmations, with the right break of structure, with the right smart money trap or fair value gaps or whatever your protocols are, write that down. And then once you got that protocol, stick to it. And not only do you have your entry protocol, you need to have your exit protocol. If you don't have an exit protocol by now, I would advise you to stop this video right now, go on your phone and just write a few points on why you need to exit the market. Could it be that there's a reversal? Could there be that, there's fundamental news that's coming out and you just can't be in the market, or it's hit your 1 to 3 or 1 to 5 or whatever risk or reward ratio you have, has it hit that? And that's when you exit. So for example, for me, my entry protocol, let's just say, will be fib level plus break of structure plus MA crossover. Okay, now this is just an example, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this in brackets, and what I'm going to say to myself is this is what is going to happen for my entry. Now my exit, right, will be 1 to 3 or 1 to 5 R. Okay, now this is just an example. I'm just making up on the go, but you have to write these notes down, guys. Okay, so for me, it will be 1 to 3 or 1 to 5 risk to reward ratio. 1 to 3, we could say a 50%, and 1 to 5, obviously, full TP. Okay, and once you understood that exit protocol and the entry protocol, you can now start to understand, okay, this is my strategy. So what we've just done here, is we built a strategy. Okay, and now what we need to do is we need to understand the next fundamental, the fundamentals with trading, which is risk management. Okay, now guys, risk management is very, very important, and that can actually go on with your exit protocol. So for example, for me, I would like to only risk, let's say 1% of my account. Okay, now bearing in mind, guys, writing this down, be strict with yourself. If you don't write this down, you won't be able to follow these steps. So write it down. So this is just an example that I've done, but writing it down and journalizing this every single day will help you so much. So we said that we're going to risk only 1% of your account, and also we're going to add one more thing, the risk reward ratio. So 1 to 3 minimum. Okay, now for this, actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to say 1 to 2. Okay, and I'm just gonna break this as 1 to 2. Okay, there we go. 1 to 2 risk reward minimum. Why? Because I want to get to this $10,000 as quickly as possible. I want to just be in and out of trades. I want to be building up my account. Okay, and we're gonna kind of get to that later on in this video, where I'm gonna show you guys how to actually build your account as fast as possible to make your first $10,000. Okay, so next, what you need to do is, once you understand your exit protocols, your entry protocols, so that your strategy basically, and then you've understood your risk management, be ready to make your first $10,000. Okay, and this is what we're going to do now, is we're going to break it down. Okay, because $10,000, okay, is not possible if you don't have any money. Okay, if you have $0 in your bank account right now, it is very it's pretty much impossible to make $10,000. So what we need to do is understand how much are we going to deposit to make this $10,000. So for this video's sake, I'm going to say that we are going to deposit only $100. Okay, we're going to deposit $100 into our trading account. Okay, now how are we going to get this $100 to $10,000, because we know as a trader, you need to understand you won't be able to do this on a one-off trade. You won't be able to turn $100 to $10,000 on one single trade. So what we need to do is we need to break this down. We need to break down the $10,000, because right now is a huge number for us. Okay, from 100 to $10,000 was basically 100 times the amount that you have to make, basically, right? So let's break this $10,000 into smaller segments, into more bite-sized problems, so that we can actually solve this and actually get it to this level, basically, right? So we're going to set ourselves some small milestones. So we have $100. Excuse my handwriting, guys. $100. Okay. So the first few trades that I'm going to do, let's say I'm only risking 1%. 1% is only £1, right? So I need to first make, let's say, $10. Okay, that's going to be my first goal, making my first $10, right? And once I make my first $10, okay, I can then compound this and build this up. Okay, now this is something that may not happen on your first $100. It might take you fifth or sixth or seventh try, but once you master this, turning your first 100 to 1,000, okay? So what we need to do is first make this 100 to 1,000, and the way we're going to do that is following the steps of compounding. So first, getting $10, okay? Once we got $10, the next goal is $20 per trade, okay? Now, how are we going to get $10 from risking only 1%? Well, we would have to get a 1 to 10 risk-reward ratio, okay? So to get a 1 to 10 risk reward ratio is very, very simple, guys. I made a video about that, where I even have it on my academy, where I teach my students how to get a 1 to 10 risk reward ratio practically every single trade that you take, okay? So that is a separate video, guys. If you don't know how to get a 1 to 10 risk reward ratio, go ahead and check that out. But based on this video, we now know that, okay, cool, we're risking 1% to get $10. We only need one trade to get to that point. That's fine. Cool. Then what we could do is we can do, if we're going to do our 1 to 2 minimum, that would take us around, that would take us 5 trades. Okay. I don't know why my handwriting is so terrible today, guys. 5 trades, okay? So it'll take us 5 trades, let's say, right, to get to $10, okay? And then once we get $10, we can then risk a little bit more and then do the exact same thing to get $20, okay? And then continue that. And then get to from 20 to 40, 40 to 80. And then once you've seen it, you will actually get to your first $200, right? Right? Once you get to your first $200, right, this is just fast forwarding. Now we've just conquered the $100 to the $200. Okay, and now what we need to do is just repeat that process, right? Because this is just 100%. This is 100% growth, right? So that means that if I had 1,000, I've just turned it to 2,000. Now what I need to do is I need to do this same thing 10 times, okay? I need to do this exact same thing 10 times. So once we've done that, $100 times 10 equals 1,000. And without even noticing, right, we've just made our first $1,000. All we had to do was just repeat this process times 10. That's all we had to do, guys. Okay, 10 times. So if this segment only took us a month, right, to get from 100 to 200, if that took us a month, it would take us 10 months to get to 100 to 1,000. Okay, which is very realistic. Okay, it's very, very realistic when you look at it as a trader, that you're trying to be professional with your right risk management and so on and so on. But once you set yourself these small milestones, right, and you go from $100 to 1,000, right, 1,000 to 10,000. Okay, you'll notice that all of this is just times 10. Right? This times 10, right? And that's what you need to do. You just need to replicate everything times 10. So This is where compounding works when it comes to Forex, right? You need to compound everything, times 10, everything. So if you've got $100, you need to first make $10. Once you made $10, times 10 that, make your next $100. Once you made $100, make your next 1,000. Once you made the next 1,000, make your next 10,000, right? Now, I know it seems very, very easy, and I understand that, once you break it down like this, it's very, very self-explanatory, right? You do the exact same thing. You don't have to change anything. You do the exact same thing, and you can then change 100 all the way to 10,000 in the matter of probably 5 to 6 months if you are consistent enough, right? If you have a foolproof strategy, okay? But bearing in mind, though, guys, the next point I need to give you guys, okay, is stop setting yourself time limits, okay? And I'm actually just gonna stop setting, okay? Stop setting yourself time limits, okay? Calm down, relax, okay? There's no rush to make your first 10,000. There's no rush at all, okay? To make your first 1,000, I could be honest with you guys, is very, very simple. I've done it in 24 hours, and I told my students, and my students have also done that within, a week or 2 weeks, or if you're trying to get funded or whatever it is, it's very, very simple. But getting that 1,000 to 10,000, that's where it gets difficult, okay? And the reason why it gets difficult is because you're setting yourself boundaries, you're setting yourself time limits, right? And you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself. As a trader, you can't be setting pressure at all. You cannot be setting yourself any sort of pressure, no emotions, no nothing, because what's going to happen is you're going to blow your account. You're going to put a lot of force on trades. You're going to look at the market and you're going to force yourself to place trades, and you're going to end up losing a lot of capital and you're going to go backwards. What we need is a forward growth, right? So the way your account growth will look like, it will go up and it'll go down, and it'll go up, and it'll go down, and it'll go up, and it'll go down, and it'll go up and down, right? And this is called an uptrend, and this is called compound growing, right? You're gonna lose some, you're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some, you're gonna win some, but making sure that your wins are always greater than your losses, making sure that you stick to always going above 1 to 2 risk reward ratio, especially if you're trying to grow your account, okay? Never ever go below the 1 to 2 risk reward ratio. Now, the last point that I want to give you guys, that I personally, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you, this point here it is really, really important. It has changed my trading game from, from losing so many times, having losing streaks, to now I'm profitable majority of the month, or majority of the year, majority of the quarter, right? I have very, very strong profitable quarters, okay? And that is taking breaks, okay? Plus rewarding yourself, okay? These two things, which I'm going to start, are very, very important, okay? The reason why it is so important to take a break and reward yourself is because you're going to overwhelm yourself. Now, I'm not saying take a break like for the next 4 months, right? I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is make your money. If you're having a crazy win streak, just take a break. Let your ego calm down. Let yourself just take a breather, take maybe 2-3 week break and get right back into the markets. Number one, that will help you with your psychology, because now you won't be feeling that pressure. Number two, you won't feel overwhelmed with the markets. You won't start getting analysis paralysis. You won't find yourself looking at the markets way too much, okay? And number three is, if you are losing and you are on a losing streak, you get to calm down and relax rather than blowing your account. I think a lot of traders, the reason why they can't get themselves to that $10,000 is because they feel like they have to make it overnight, okay? And the reason why they also won't be able to make $10,000 is because they keep blowing their accounts. If you feel like you can make $10,000 overnight, you need to pause this video, recollect your thoughts, and just realize that it won't happen. So making sure that you take your breaks, making sure that you reward yourself, and understanding that you don't have to trade every single day. If you want to make your first 10,000, I'll be honest with you guys, it didn't take me a month. It took me around 6-7 months to make my first 10K, right? It took me half a year, right? But once I made my first 10K, getting from 10K to 100K was so easy. It was so easy. Right? Now, if you feel like you need that extra help and you feel like you need that guidance and that mentorship and you want to be in the same journey as me and you want to replicate the way I trade and you like the way I trade, make sure you go check the link in the description below. I have launched my academy where I teach you guys and mentor you guys and support you on your journey to make your first 10K, 100K, or even your first million. But not only am I teaching them, I am giving them that confidence that they can do it themselves. They don't have to follow me all the time. I don't sell signals and I don't give out trades. They all do it themselves. So all these traders are self-made so that if I stop trading, let's say, or I stop mentoring, they will be able to trade without me. And that's the importance of trading. So if that sounds interesting to you guys, make sure you click the link in the description below. And I can't wait for you guys to comment down below when you make your first 10K or your first $1,000 or even your first million. I think those are great milestones, guys. And if you are just starting off in Forex, starting off from that 1K to then going to that 10K and then going on to that 100K, I think those are the best milestones for you. And then actually ending it off with your first million is amazing, guys. And of course, never ever put yourself down. If you're just on making your first $1,000, don't put yourself down. Trust me, that is the hardest thing to do. Making your first 1,000 is way harder than making your first million. Remember that, guys. Other than that, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you like this video if you learned something new. Even if you just took 1% of knowledge from this video, just give it a like and subscribe down below. And oh yeah, YouTube just recommended you a video. Make sure you go check it out.